Welcome to Respect Your Elders, Volume 13. This video will be focusing primarily on some squad positioning and squad tactics. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. The situation we're coming up on now is our squad jumped into Severny, and we've been looting. We chased one team out of town with one easy pistol kill at the very beginning, and the rest left, or so we thought. Guys gets shotgunned walking into a house here. And what I want you to take a look at here is the cup we form. When you know that you're playing squad and you're against one player and you're trying to finish him off without getting somebody killed, what you want to do is all move in at once and move in from different directions if possible. You can see right here that Sancho's on the north, Doc is on the east, and I'm on the south. And we all move in at the same time. This makes it very hard for a single player to deal with all three of you. And he's giving ground, trying to figure out where he is. He has no chance. Here, we catch a team coming in from the east, and we've positioned ourselves prior to that on a rooftop. Now, we're slightly out of zone, but they're more out of zone, and this is the tactical position you want to be in when you're fighting in squad against another squad, forcing the other team to have to come to you. So we're shooting at them. We've already knocked down and killed, surprised one of them on the left here. And you can see right here what I say is, since the zone is coming in on us, we don't want a protracted fight out of the zone, and I go to flank. This is another great tactic. If you've got 3 or 4 people up, you should leave 2 people as a base of fire and 1 person as a flanker. Now right here, I have my gun on burst like an idiot, and I run back out. And the reason I'm running back towards my teammate is to bait him into fire. A lot of people will do this. They'll come out of cover to try and kill you, and you can bait people into your teammate's base of fire, which is why you leave 2 or 3 people as a base of fire and send, or you can leave 1 as a base of fire too, and send several other people to flank. Here I'm just picking up scopes, ammo, and meds. And you notice it's pretty late in the game here, and I'm staying a long time outside of the zone, and I'm just using the meds to do that in order to maximize the amount of stuff I pick up from this squad. Now this is kind of a mistake right here. Everyone just assumes there's no one in that little tunnel right there, and that's actually bad. That could have gotten us killed if there was a team there. I don't know if anybody was watching it very well. I've talked in previous videos about attacking and firing when other teams are engaging each other, and that's a reason why I'm giving my position away here and firing on the right, and it works out well. I get some kills on the right, and we pin down the other team on the right, keeping them from getting to an easy positioning scenario. Notice again, we've got 2 guys looking right at the obvious threat, but Sancho here is looking left. So this gives us good cover all the way around. Takes me a minute to spot this guy on the left. Something I'd like to mention here is you notice this guy gets knocked out but doesn't die right away. I communicate that to the squad. It's important to tell your squad mates, hey, we knocked somebody down and we killed him, but he's got friends. That way everyone knows, because usually where there's one, there's more. Just because all you see is one guy, never assume that in squad. Always assume there's others. We've got the same situation going on here as we had before. This time I'm looking west and the other 2 teammates are looking south and east. We're keeping 2 people looking where we think the obvious threat is going to be, and 1 person looking where we don't know if there's a threat, but there could be. Alright, so here's where I kind of fall apart. I do the right thing crawling up here. But when the 2 from the right come running across the field here, I open up on them. This is a terrible idea. All it does is give away my position, and they can actually stop right outside the wall and waste me. I have no cover. So I almost pay dearly for this mistake. I get knocked out just as soon as I make the appropriate cover. Fortunately, Doc saves me. Annoyed with my own failure here, I actually try and reload right before the first aid kit goes off. It cost myself some more time. Now we know there's only 1 person left, and we do the cup thing again. You see, 1, 2, and 3 spread out. I know he's right underneath me. I see him knock Sancho down, and a little flare for the kill. Make sure you always go in. It's low amounts of players all at the same time. If you go in one at a time, they can just knock you down. Alright, so this is a round where I really make a huge mistake. We're guarding this gas station waiting for zone to come in. Here comes a squad in a car. I push up too far here. Do manage to get a knockout, but my positioning is bad. I think my teammates are further up than they actually are, and I get destroyed. They do a good job of staying in the appropriate cover. They get things looted, and they do some more damage at this gas station, picking off a few more players. When it's time to move, they drive into zone, and they drive into a small house and manage to hold it right at the end of the game here. To reiterate the previous point, notice how everybody's got a different window, despite the fact that there's only an obvious threat in one direction. Now here's where one of our typical tactics goes awry. Earlier I was talking about having, 2 on base of fire and 1 flanking. Right here as this last zone comes in, Geist and Sancho move up together and Doc moves to flank. Unfortunately, doesn't quite understand exactly where that wall is going to be and ends up getting trapped outside the zone, unable to move up fast enough, and dies to the zone. But Geist picks the perfect tactical position here along with Sancho, and they go in between the wall and the house as they move up and end up they get really lucky with circle here, and it's also a good tactical position. These garage houses you want to approach from the wrong side, because if you approach from the roof side, anybody sitting on the roof can just destroy you. So this was a really good decision on their part. And see how Geist is not coming out of that cover. He's staying on the side and waiting for them. The zone forces these guys out of the house. Sancho's got to be really careful here not to shoot Geist, which he does a pretty darn good job of. If you notice, Geist here is using a VSS up close, and the reason for that is just the silencer. Those guys took a long time to figure out where they were. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave any comments below. I do tailor content to the questions that I get, so you can see what you'd like to see. Thank you.